Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. What Biden told me about Buhari by Ambassador Emenike. What Biden told me about Buhari by Ambassador Emenike. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A special slot was reserved for Dr. Elizabeth Uzoma Emenike in the history books when she emerged Nigerian first female ambassador to the United States after serving as the Nigerian ambassador to the Republic of Ireland with concurrent accreditation to Iceland. Dr. Lemenike was in the Nigerian Foreign Service for over 30 years ago and served in the Protocol Department and Nigerian Embassy in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, where she served for 6 years. Upon her return to Nigeria, she was variously deployed to other departments of the ministry, during which she represented Nigeria in numerous bilateral and multilateral missions, both at home and abroad. In this interview with United States Bureau Chief Olukorede Yishao in New York, Ambassador Emenike speaks about Nigerians in the US, Nigerians' relationship with President Joe Biden administration, President Muhammadu Buhari, and many more. When you emerged as the Nigerian ambassador to the US after late tenure in Ireland, it was epoch-making because the fact that you are the first woman to be so appointed. It has been close to 2 years since you began your tour of duty, but not much is known about what shaped you. What shaped your world? What shaped your worldview and what was growing up like? Growing up, yes, how she emerged as Nigerian's ambassador to US and what shaped our worldview. I would honestly ascribe my life's journey to the divine grace of the Almighty God. God has always been my guide and rock in all I do. It is also God that gave me the quality parent that I had. So, I can comfortably say that God and my parent are the foundations of my worldview. For example, my parents inculcated the habit of reading in all their children. I can easily recall that while growing up, that my father subscribed to the Reader's Digest, foreign magazines, as well as national newspapers. It was a must in our home to read bedtime stories before going to bed. Those little things helped to shape one's worldview too. It helped one to blend when I eventually joined the Foreign Service, which very much suited my desired career hopes and aspirations. You don't just have a degree, you have degrees including a doctorate. What was it like earning all these qualifications, but how are they helping you with your current assignment? Our brains are like sponges. It contains the necessary materials that make us who we are. In several ways, it cleanses and polishes us. My parents were lovers of education, which rubbed off on me. Fortunately, I am also married to a man who is my number one fan, promoter, supporter, and a great lover of education as well. When I married him, I had both a graduate and two postgraduate degrees in sociology, anthropology, and diplomacy. But he insisted it was not enough. His view was that in our present world, every woman must be encouraged and assisted to be the very best that she can be. He sees education as a platform on which one can achieve their potentials. So, my husband encouraged and sponsored me to acquire additional graduate degrees in law, postgraduate degrees in business, and a PhD in international relations. As we all know, no knowledge is a waste. So, all these studies and research have today come handy. Of course, there is no gain without pain. As we all know, roses are beautiful, but they are known for the thorns and that surrounded them. Most of the later degrees were obtained whilst my children were under 10 years old. In life, anything is possible through the grace of God and determined mindset. So I can say that the grace of God, the quality of my upbringing, and the rigors of the educational path I have gone through have made it possible for me to be overwhelmed by any assignment, no matter how challenging. You were in the foreign service before voluntarily retiring. Now you are back at the top of it. Is there any difference between your experience then and now as an ambassador? When I joined the foreign service, quality training and mentorship was still available. Also, the recruitment process was meticulous and there was an enforced standard of the grade of university degree for those applying for the officer cadre. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.